Hey guys, all good? So first of all, I would like to say how I am recording this video. I already recorded a video in Portuguese, my mother language, about how to set up VRoid Studio character inside Unreal, and some of you requested to make in English, and I think makes sense also because we, at least during my research, I didn't find even in English much material about this process. So I would like to first start saying what is VRoid Studio or VRoid. I don't know how is the right spelling. So this is more or less some kind of virtual avatar creator in anime style. So most of you like me like anime and would like to create a character for a game or something like this for using in the I think in Twitch is also possible, or it's also some people using anime avatars in Twitch. So VRoid is one solution for that, and very interesting, there is a plugin that can import this kind of character directly to the Unreal. So I think this is a super interesting plugin, super interesting way for who is like me entering in this area of game developing, don't have much experience in modeling and like to do an anime character and doesn't have the skills to modulate one, so you can easily use this as a character source creation. So first thing, all the links that I will be showing, like where you download the VRoid Studio, the plugin, I will be leaving in the comment section, and also I think the description of the video. Also this is the let's say the website of the creator of the plugin. I think you can translate here using Google for the language that you want. Here is translated to Portuguese, and here explain more or less all the details about the plugin. But here I will focus exactly in the process of doing the import. So first of all, let's start. I will be doing this process to Unreal Engine 5.4. It's already in 5.4.2 if I'm not wrong. And the VRoid Studio is not so important right now. I always download the last, so right now it's 1.12.2 I think. This is the VRoid Studio. So we will start creating our avatar to be used in the game. I already have my base character here. So you can choose different type of things. You can choose the eyes, how it looks like. The resolution, it's not so detailed here, but I think it's because of the optimization process of the app. But inside the game is pretty interesting, the resolution that reaches. So I will be putting any just to show. Let's change the hair here. Let's put a different outfit, but this is not the focus of the video, so I don't know. Let's put this looks pretty like an anime character. Oh yeah, well, fair enough. I will leave like this. I like it. So after you finish your avatar, so it's the time for export. Here in the symbol, export as VRM. So VRM, it shows the T-pose, the options here, pretty much leave like this, don't change anything. Export, put the name of the character, the creator here, and export the character. I will be leaving here in downloads. I'll put a different name here, test, because I already using this name. So okay, pretty much it. You can spend as much time as you want to doing the configuration of the character itself. You can make as beautiful as you want, but it's not the focus right now, so I will not save. That's it. The second step is to download the plugin. Here in the site of the, I think it's VRoid, it's a Japanese guy, he developed the plugin. He has pretty much for all the Unreal versions, as we are focusing 5.4, here it is. I think I already downloaded, what it is, download it here, yes. So what we are going to be doing is the following. Unzip here, just to leave it done. And then, pretty much that's it for now. Let's start creating our sample project or your already existing project. So the plugins, that's it. Let me delete this. Okay, I will be creating a new, totally new, third person, my project's okay. Pretty much as it. You can use your already existing project for sure. There's any problem on that. And the next step will be after this creation has been finished, we will be copying the plugin file into the project. So that's it, project created. Let's go inside here, plugins. Let's go to the project folder and paste in the root folder the plugin. If you don't have, if you're using a project that you already have, simply put the VRM4U inside the plugin folder. Pretty much that's it. No, wrong software. So that's it. Just execute. The first time, as always, Unreal take a little bit of time, but you will see, guys, that the process is pretty simple. Updates for the Visual Studio. Yeah. Okay. So it's pre-compiling. Important point that that took me some time to discover. Inside the plugin VRM4U, there is a folder called latest. I think it's inside resources, no, build, it's build maybe, content, I don't remember exactly. Let me search quickly. This will be important for the future. Okay, latest. Okay, I will be doing that afterwards. You will understand. Okay, pretty much as it. Project loaded. So you can see here, you can dismiss, you can update here, dismiss. Simple project, nothing really serious here going on, just this normal character. So let's double check if the plugin is correctly activated. VRM4U, it's here. Nice. So perfect. Now we are ready to import our character. First point, something that I always advise, create a folder to put everything related to the VRoid Studio inside. Put a nice color. So important that you just looking, passing your eyes through the folders, you know what that folder means. So you put a nice color, a fancy color inside it. And I'm creating a character, so I would like to name another folder with the name of the character, that in this case is test. So folder created, here comes the first step. With the plugin activated, and the project opened, avatar created, just drag and drop your avatar here. It will pop up import options. What I would say, you can adventure yourself through the options here, but honestly speaking, it's not needed. The plugin's already in a state that you can simply import, and that's it. What you can play around maybe is the question of the material type, because Unreal 5 plays a big role in the material. So, but I will leave the common one, that is the auto, that selects M2 unlit. That will generate the anime style material. So leave it as it is, import. Now the fun starts. So you will see a lot of materials and things. First of all, always Ctrl Shift S to save all the materials, to tell Unreal that you want those items and save everything. Don't lose your work. Now I will organize more or less in some parts those items. First, create a material folder, a texture folder if I'm not wrong. You understand why. It's too much chaos here to check and see what you have. So I have some filters. To create a filter, simply right click and type what you want, like type texture, for example. I already have the filter, so I'm not creating again. Select everything, and this is material. Put inside material folder, move here. It keeps showing again the items here because I'm selected the upper folder, so it shows the lower folder also when there is a filter selected. So texture, okay, texture here, move, perfect. So that's pretty much is it. So you see, much cleaner. Ctrl Shift S again. So here you don't have anything connecting your character with the new imported avatar. So we will do the first step, that is creating a character blueprint. So blueprint class, character. I always use names that make some kind of a relation with what I'm creating. So BP, blueprint class, character, the name of my character, test, a nice name, save again, open. Here it is. It's a totally empty character. First things first, you will go to class settings, and the parent class you will connect the already existing Unreal character, that is the BP third person character. So you will create by that a relation father-son. Let's say this character that you are creating is the son of another blueprint. It's a useful method to create blueprints, because when you have, for example, different enemies, you create one master enemy, and this enemy has different sons, let's say, in the connected. By that, any modification, you could put a master AI in the parent class, the father of all those enemies, and all the modifications of the AI, it will be reflected to the other parent enemies. But you can make modifications only on the parents. For example, you can change the texture, the skeletal mesh of the enemy, but at the same time save time using the AI of the master. It's something pretty nice. So like now I already have everything from the parent, the unit from UI. I have all the common settings, everything, and I have, let's say, the character ready to run. And we will change now the normal character. Some people asked me if I can directly change the normal Unreal 5 character, you can do it for sure. You can go directly in character, let's put blueprint, no, third person, this one. You can directly change this one, but I don't like it. It's better to create a new one and leave this as a backup for your work or as an example. So we create a new one, it's all good, this one, but the game doesn't know that you want to use this one. So we need to tell Unreal which character should be loaded. So we'll be using the game mode. I think it's my project game mode. I created a C++ project, so we need to change here my project game mode. Inside the game mode, it loads the character itself. So what I'm gonna be doing is using the new location. That's more or less here is VRoid. It's capital, I think. VRoid. It is. Use VRoid test, and then the name. I think it's BP short test. BP short test. That's it. Pretty much that's it. I need to reload it. I think that's it. That's it. Let's reload it. What it is? What it is? There is a restart button here. So now we changed the common character for the new one. This has not direct relation to the VRoid import process, but it's always interesting to start a project from the scratch and show the whole process, because sometimes a small thing that I show here can be the question of you. So I like to always start from the beginning and show the whole process as you are creating a blank project. I think it's useful and everyone can learn. Someone can see my process and say, no, better to do that, better to do this. So everyone learns in the end. It's the idea. And it will not take so much time, I hope. No, it will not be. Yes. Loading 5.4.2. So now, although we see the same skeletal mesh character playing around, we change it. We will see now because we will change for the new skeletal mesh. So right now we have our character, but he's using totally the standard ones. The plugin created for us a retarget blueprint that is used to retarget the animations from one skeletal mesh to the other. We will do that first. We will check the normal animation already used in the Unreal. So we'll go to characters, put a filter for animation, or simply goes to characters, mannequins, animation. Take the many if your character is it's a man. I don't think that makes any difference to choose, because if you enter in the many settings, it's the parent class of queen, that is the female. So male and female came from the same resource, let's say. So retarget animations, and then we would first of all, for the sake of organization, it will be interesting and useful for the future. So many retarget animations. Then we will go from many, we will retarget the animations from many to our test. As you can see, it's totally buggy here. You see typos, nothing interesting, because the auto-generate retarget from Unreal It's not so perfect for the VRoid characters. For example, if you are importing a Mixamo character, it does better. It's already, let's say, native for Unreal, but for VRoid, it's not working so nice. But you have what the plugin generates for you, that's called RTG test. So it's the IQ retargeter. Just select it, you see? Perfect. Our character is perfectly retarget. Simply create a BP menu here, export the animations, select VRoid, test, an in folder, just OK, Ctrl Shift F again. So that's it, we have our animations now. What we will do after having our animations, why I did that? Because now we have the animations connected to the skeletal mesh. Now we will change the skeletal mesh of our character to the one that we wanted, that we imported. So open, if this is not shown, sometimes when you open it's like this, not a problem, it's here. So test, done. Now animation class. If you leave the normal animation class, that is the from to the other skeletal mesh, the queen, it will not work. So you can see here, crazy T-pose. If you run like this, you will see a cyberpunk character style running. Okay, but you don't want that. What you will do, it's basically, so here it's called a many. I don't like it. Change the name of your animation that is located inside anim for test, just to keep the same naming. So animations for test, call it test, or for the name of the character that you have. So open the blueprint of your character. As I mentioned before, the quality of the textures are crazy. Look on that. Nice. Yeah, your character is not meant to run naked around, so with a nice, I don't know, t-shirt or something like this will look even better. So select the new and correct animation and bang, your character is running. Perfect. So I already found some tutorials that reach this point, but or even making another way that you can do is the live retargeting. I will not enter in this topic, but it's not the solution that I like. The live retargeting is pretty much you leave both skeletal meshes running in parallel, but you hide one and leaving the skeletal mesh of your character following the skeletal mesh of the correct one. I don't have data for this, but I think it consumes more processing time. This one is native, is running as it should be, but there are some problems. First of all, this is the simplest one. So you already imported, it's run, all good. But the first problem, you see the shadows here. I think it's a bug from the plugin or maybe the material, but it leaves these traces, like a shadow behind a shadow. Pretty simple. Settings, project settings, I think it's called virtual shadows. Virtual shadows. So shadow maps. That's it. Done. The virtual shadow, it's more or less, if I search it correctly, it's a pre-compilation of the location of the shadow. It works as it is right now without the virtual shadows, but I don't know the difference between the two, must be honest, but pretty much is pretty okay, this selection of the shadows, and doesn't leave the trace, and seems to be not so heavy as the virtual shadows. So correct the shadow. Next point, jumping, the animation of jumping. If you do a jumping, your character begin a giant. Pretty weird bug, you see? If you don't want to have a giant character running around, what you need to do, it's pretty simple. It shows already here hint how to fix the issue. It's in the animation land. So let's do a quick research. I always use the search. In a small project, it's simple. When you have a huge project, the simplest way is to go directly to the folder. But we have a small project just with the test, so it's okay to go inside and just search for it. But it's pretty much as it. So you see characters, mannequin animations, many, and here are imported them. During the import animation, it simply leaves a setting wrong. So the land animation is used here. I will show wrong button. Let's take our animation montage, where it is here. So this is our, let's say, the blueprint that controls our animations. The animation runs in a pattern that's controlled in the animation graph here in the left side. So when you have the states and the posts, it goes to our control rig. We will be talking about control rig in the next step. But here in the locomotion, if you know, main states, you have more or less the control animation of your character. You see that there are some states to falling, to land, blah 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 blah. And if you see the to land, I think it's the to land, no, landing. It calls the land animation that in the moment is a little bit buggy. So you see that is he used the actual pose, so the animation that is being played, and do a additive animation. But to do that, your sequence, your animation that will be played needs to be, let's say, configured to accept the additive situation. So I don't know why during the import process it just deletes this option. So you see here land, no additive animation. Here in the normal one that comes from Real, additive animation. What you can simply do, go here, local space, frame from this animation, if I'm not wrong, frame from this animation, yes. So you see why I don't like to change what is already supplied by Unreal, because it's a good source of information for our modification and testings, and that's it. That's it. So now we have a land animation, perfectly fine, working. So last step, what we see from this little guy here, you see that he has a little offset from the floor, and also different from the common character from Unreal, it didn't make a, let's say, the step over on objects. So he just like fluctuates in the objects when he is walking. This is because the skeleton mesh and the skeleton from this character is different from the normal from Unreal. And what does this effect of changing the position of the feet when you are approaching an object is a control rig. And the control rig basically uses the skeleton to make this movement. And those movements are driven by a code, and this code needs specific names. And the skeleton from the Unreal character and from the VRoid Studio are different. The name of the bones are different. So what we need to do is basically, so again, the animation control has an event graph here. This is the control, but the animation graphic is here. So after playing the animation, it goes to the control rig, and if you look inside here, the control rig looks for a CR mannequin basic foot AQ. So let's go for it, and we will make a copy for that. Go to animations and copy here. Don't move, otherwise you will break the link from the normal Unreal. Copy here. Now we have the CR mannequin basic foot. Let's change the name, as I always say, to test. That's it. So save it, and here, instead of using the mannequin, we'll use the CR test. Perfect. So let me explain to you what's the difference between the skeletons to make it really clear. So we have the test skeleton. Here are nice guy from VRoid anime style, and the mannequin skeleton. I will take, I think, mannequin skeleton. No, this is from Unreal 4. Yes, let's take Unreal 5. So you see, I will try to put both in my screen to show the difference. Oh yeah, here. That's it. So the naming of the skeleton is totally different. This is because we need to retarget the animations. If the skeleton has the same name for all the bones, so the naming are the same, it doesn't need the retarget. But first point, bones names are different, so we need the retarget. Although the retarget was okay, we have the animations, the control rig still use the bones as a absolute naming position to make his algorithm. So I will make it shorter, but was a little bit difficult to find what is the problem. But or maybe I can show quickly here. Inside the animation, I put the control. So the bones controlled by this function to move the feet. It's named here IQ foot air and L for sure. Those bones doesn't exist in the VRoid Studio. So I will show here. They are virtual bones here. IQ foot L, IQ foot air. They are, let's say, virtual bones. They are references from the root. As you can see, the root is here. The root is located here, right below your character, to the floor, in relation with the bone of the feet, of the foot. So what we need to do is create a virtual bone here to have more or less the same relation, to play this kind of algorithm that move the foot up and down. So to do that, it's in the end pretty simple. You just select the reference bone, that will be the hood in this case, right click and add virtual bone. Then you select the next bone to make the reference. So in this case will be foot. Foot. Let's create the L and foot here. So you see the color is different, everything. Control save as always. So but now let me show. You see, same relation as our other bone here. So it's a reference between here foot here. So you see, reference to the root, reference to the root. Perfect. Now we can proceed. That cost me a lot of time to figure out that was the issue, but yeah, because of that we make tutorials in internet to make the things easier. And yeah, you can leave a comment if you have another solution or different idea, but this was the one that I found, and it worked pretty well, I must admit. So right now you see that they are keep using the many as reference, but your test here, bang bang, it shows this is just a simulation, so doesn't affect anything. It's just to see what is happening. What is important here is the hierarchy. It's from where the bonds come. So it read imported what is inside the Unreal 5. So if you see there's no warning, nothing, but it's not working, or if it's not moving. So even if you compile, don't show any warning. But as soon as you, I think, refresh, then you need to select your real skeleton. Then you see, gone, gone, everything, warnings everywhere, everything not working. And here comes our changes. We will simply change the name of the bones, like IQ foot L, double click, type foot, and what is IQ foot L? You exchange for the virtual bone that we created so far. So here the same, for the other air, I said air, that's it, what it is, here the same. Oh yeah, air, L, here air, pelvis, in this case is hips. I think they are exactly the same bones, maybe just different names. I don't know, not an expert in physiology or skeletal names, but yeah, pretty much just change it. Hips. Now here let's put the same virtual. I don't know why you need to type twice here. L. And now here you put the real bone, the real foot bone, foot air. So foot L. Another place there are some functions. I think it's one function. And yeah, this function here, foot trace, it uses the hood, but the hood, it's the same naming, so all good. So you see no warnings, that's it. Then now guys, we have, first of all, no offset from the floor, nice. You jump and nothing happens. You see that the another thing, the the hair is pretty much strange. I will show the next step for that, but the most interesting thing is not that your your foot pretty much moves when you approach an object, and this is very nice, and this gives a touch of technology to your game. Let's say it's pretty weird when, like, there's a problem, that's still a problem when you are like in this situation. This I will try in the future to fix it, but also in the common character of Unreal this happens. This looks like 2000s games, so it's not nice. Now we have a powerful tool like Unreal 5 here. We can make it different like this. This looks very fancy. So we have a full imported character, animations completely running, no bugs, everything working. If you download any animation that runs with the Unreal 5 character, you can simply import physics working. But last point I want to show is the spring bones. The VRoid Studio has a lot of let's say effort into the facial area, especially in the hair. So they created something called VRM spring bone here. So what you simply do is right click spring bone, as I typed VRM spring bone, VRM because it's the type of the character, the import. So here it will make some kind of casting for this component, and here you select the VRM test, VRM meta, and now you see he applies some life to this part of the character. I think the hair itself will not change because it's the hair type that we select. Now you see that he's more vivid, you see. And if you have a female character, it's applying movements to the parts, also to the clothes. If you import a cloth from VRoid, it gives movement to the clothes. It's pretty interesting. So pretty much that's it. I hope that helped you guys all those steps. If any questions still open, please tell me. But as you can see, it's now that I learned the process, not difficult. The plugin is simple to use. You can do a lot of nice things. I will be keeping working on this plugin. I will try to make somehow a character creator or something like this inside the game, because my plan is to make in the future a MMO RPG. So that's ambitious, but this is my let's say goal of development. If you have any questions, leave in the comments. Thanks, appreciate any feedback, and see you in the next video. Bye guys.